advertisement, the dog dad was reunited with his pet Barack after nearly 4 months of separation. The owner, who has not been named, and his dog were separated in October after an explosion in Baltimore wrecked his home and left him with life-threatening burns, Barks Animal Shelter said, and get push notifications with news, features and more. Follow and Yell get the latest updates on this topic in your browser notification. It was by a miracle that they narrowly survived the disaster, which resulted in other fatalities, the shelter said, adding, Barack was transferred to Barks and his dad to shock trauma, where he was put into an induced coma for life-threatening burn. According to EMTs and doctors that treated the dog owner, he kept begging that Barack be saved and returned to him. A few days after Barack arrived at our shelter, we learned that his dad's expected time in the hospital was at least a month. The shelters, up until recently, guaranteeing a month-long hold or longer, even for an emergency, wasn't always easy or even possible. Barks is an open admission shelter and the looming threat of running out of kennel space. Has always plagued our organization. Luckily, the shelter was able to accommodate because the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic resulted in more people fostering animals, which gave them more open kennel space than previous months. Even though Breck's return date to his dad was unknown, we made the pledge to care for him for as long as needed. The shelter added, Barack wasn't a candidate for foster, but at the shelter, he had a daily plan of long walks, playgroup romps, in-kennel enrichment, training sessions, and cuddle time thanks to our dedicated volunteers. And after months in a coma, the dog owner faced the challenge of finding a new, dog-friendly home because his was the first place he landed wouldn't allow for dogs, the shelter explained, but they stayed in contact with Barack's dad frequently as he put the pieces of his life back together, all the while facing the daily heartbreak of missing his. They added, we assured him that, no matter what, Barack would stay at Barks until they could be. Barack's dad finally found a dog-friendly home in January and was able to reunite with his group. He hugged and kissed his very best buddy, with all those around him watching and keeping this family together was worth the resources and worth the wait. The shelter